The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is back for its 35th anniversary this August. But this isn't just for nostalgia, this is a cinematic time capsule with never before seen footage and behind the scenes gems. And the chance to introduce this classic to a whole new generation. We're diving into that today and a whole lot more, so let's get to it. Hey kids, what is up? Welcome back to Tom Clark Reviews, the only quick hits pop culture show starring a guy named Tom Clark who looks like this, wearing this, and saying stuff. Before we get started here today, kids, if you will, do me a big favor. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future content from Boink Studios. And today we are spotlighting the 1990 live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, returning to theaters August 17th and 20th for a limited 35th anniversary run from Fathom Events, Saga Arts, and Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group. But can a nearly 40-year-old movie still thrill audiences on the big screen? With Steve Barron's practical effects turtles, Henson workshop artistry, and a load of charm, this movie still rocks. Do the kids still say rocks? Am I the only one that still says that? Anyway, if you've never seen this movie for whatever reason or haven't seen it in a very long time, this is the perfect chance for you to check it out on the big screen. Now let's take a look at what you're getting with the anniversary release of this film. This is the original 1990 film directed by Steve Barron, produced by New Line Cinema, based on Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's comics. You will get a Turtles Unmasked featurette. This adds new interviews, archival footage, deleted scenes, and behind-the-scenes clips with Barron himself. You're also getting live-action puppetry in this movie by Henson Workshop, of course, and there's no CG in this one, kids. This is the real deal. Full disclosure, kids, I love this movie. Shocker, right? I get it, but this movie is so good, and there's a little something here for everybody, man. It's not just for adults, and it's not just for kids. There's a mix here. I've seen this movie so many times over the years. It still holds up. It's a classic. I can quote sizable chunks of this movie on command like that. I won't do it here, but I can. I'm just saying. But man, again, this movie has it all. Again, a little something for everybody. Also, if you're a fan of the animated Turtles film Mutant Mayhem that was released in 2023, by the way, excellent movie. This film, this original Turtles film, is of the same caliber. Yes, it's that good. What do the two movies have in common? A lot, actually. But to boil it down, it's got action, just like the animated, okay? There's heart, and honestly, more than all that, there's a real story here, which again, if you love that 2023 animated movie and have never seen the original live action, all the more reason to check this out. And look, let's be real here, man. They could have phoned this in. They could have done this half-hearted and still made a ton of money. They could have marketed this thing directly to kids, left the adults out of the equation, or went the other direction and would have made a ton of money. But that's not what we're talking about here. Again, this movie does everything. A little something for everybody. I know I'm running in the ground, but I'm just calling it like I see it. The brotherhood is there. Again, as we said, the heart is there. The relationship between the four brothers is fantastic. It feels like actual characters, like real. And you know, I know it's weird to say, like, there's four dudes in turtle suits. How real can it be? Trust me, when you see it, you forget about the suits. You forget that they're suits. They just feel like actual people, which is tough to do sometimes when there are actual people in costumes, right? But again, when you see this, the way it all comes together, pitch perfect. By the way, this movie's really crazy fun too, which it should be. It's a movie about four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, the comedy's in the title, isn't it? It really always has been. By the way, in case you're wondering, this is the part of the show where we usually plug an edition of the 6M podcast. However, we have not yet covered this film on that show. I know. I don't know what's going on. I know what you're thinking. It sucks. It's ridiculous. Somebody ought to go talk to the guy whose name is on that show and give him what for. It's on the to-do list. Trust me, we're going to get there eventually. But we have covered a character that was a direct inspiration for this film. And of course, for the villainous Foot Clan, we're talking about the Hand. That's right, kids. We're talking about Daredevil. We have covered Daredevil on Tom Clark's 6M podcast. The link is in the description. The card is above. And all we need is for you to click and check it out. That's right, kids. Shameless plug. Now let's talk about the plot of this film. Set in a gritty pre-Giuliani New York, this story follows four turtle brothers, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael, mutated by radioactive ooze and trained in jiu-jitsu by their wise rat sensei Splinter. Living in the sewers and hiding from the public, they emerge only when the city is in danger. How in the world do you not know that, by the way? I don't care how old or how young you are. If you don't know the story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I just feel bad for you. Now, that aforementioned danger comes in the form of the Foot Clan. You guessed it, a wave of organized crime led by the villainous Shredder. As the Turtles fight to protect their city, they also form an unlikely alliance with TV reporter April O'Neil and vigilante Casey Jones, both of whom help them battle Shredder and rescue their kidnapped master. Now, as we all know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, was a comic book first, then became a cartoon second, and then the action figures came around in there as well, and they took over the planet. I'm telling you, if you weren't around in the 90s, you'd have no idea what a cultural impact the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles made in this country. I can't speak for every country, but in the United States, brother, you better believe it. It was all the rage. The Turtles were everywhere, man. You couldn't turn on any kind of TV show. They were mentioned in other mediums. They were everywhere. No joke. This stuff was all over the place. And to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the cartoon, but my sister loved them. So I, in turn, watched a ton of them. So when they announced this film, I'm thinking live action. Oy. Guys in suits. Oy. We'll see. Man, I was so happy for my apprehension to be quelled, as they say, for my fears to be laid to rest, because, man, this movie delivered and then some. Now, is this movie as gritty as Eastman and Laird's book? No, it's not. Not gritty like the original book. I'll give you that. Is it over the top cartoony like the cartoon? No, it's not. For me, this movie has always served a greater purpose, is to bridge the gap between the books and the cartoon, to capture a little bit of all the audience, to bring together the best of both worlds, and to give you something that is, family friendly, but also full of action and honestly funny. This is a funny film, dude. No kidding. Some of the jokes are hokey, but you expect that. Again, it's four guys in turtle suits, right? But a lot of the jokes, they land. And again, this film is just, it's excellent. So again, if you haven't seen this film, this is the perfect time for you to check it out. Trust me on that. Now, let's dive into the cast. Judith Hoag plays April O'Neil, the intrepid Channel 3 reporter who becomes an unlikely ally to the Turtles. She brings just the right mix of toughness and warmth, and honestly, she's still a fan favorite to this day. Then there's Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, the hockey mask wearing vigilante who swings a cricket bat like it's a sword. Koteas gives the character a scrappy edge that fits perfectly with the film's street level tone. The Turtles themselves were a true team effort, each one brought to life by a combination of puppetry, animatronics by Jim Henson's Creature Shop, and voice work. Brian Tochi voices Leonardo, Corey Feldman voices Donatello, Robbie Rist handles Michelangelo, Josh Pace not only voices Raphael, he actually wore the suit too, and he's the only actor to do both. And finally, the villain, James Saito as Shredder, with David McCarran providing his iconic voice. Kevin Clash, yes, the same Kevin Clash who does Elmo, voices and puppeteers Splinter. I can't say enough good things about this cast, man. They're on point. They're all on point. I mean, to think that we would ever get a Turtles movie, and when I say ever, as if it was years after their introduction. It wasn't years. It was virtually no time when that cartoon took off. And again, they took over the world. That movie kind of became a foregone conclusion. But to get the movie that we got, and not only is it awesome, but it still holds up to this day. What are the chances of that happening for any other IP? Be honest. But again, they brought it. April is fantastic. As we said, Judith Hoag is great. Elias Koteas, we got a turtle movie with Casey Jones. Okay? This is the kind of movie you expect later when we're all adults, like we get now, where they do the original IP and the comic book and the animated series and everything else. A great service, a great respect, and put it up in a good light. We got this thing a long time ago. And again, they nailed it. Again, Casey Jones, man. How can you go wrong with that? They could have screwed it up. They didn't. It was great. If you haven't seen it, you'll find out, trust me. But I want to know what you think. Have you seen this movie? Did you love it? Of course you did. Did you hate it? Quit watching my show. I'm just kidding. Are you planning to see the re-release? Are you anxious to see it? Are you going to take your kids to see it? That'd be fun, right? You saw it as a kid. You're going to see it with your kids, maybe your grandkids, man. Do me a favor, kids. Hit me in the comments. Let's talk about it. Now let's talk about the good, the bad, and the in-between. First, the good. The hands-on effects in this movie still feel magical. Jim Henson's workshop makes these turtles come alive in a tactile way that CGI just cannot match. This is a faithful adaptation. If we haven't got that across to you, we'll say it now. This movie balances the comic's darker undertones with kid-friendly humor. You'll also get the shared theater experience, watching with family or other fans. That's the magic of cinema, especially for cult classics. One of the best things about this movie is that it's just not too cartoony. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with cartoony. I'm a fan of cartoony, okay? But that's not really what this movie is. It's real. It feels real. It feels alive. It feels like something that's actually happening on the streets of New York, at least in that universe, okay? At night, the trench coats, the hats, the disguises, the weapons, the pizza guy, delivering, the things are coming back to me at the manhole cover, pizza dude's got 30 seconds. Told you I'd quote this movie on command. Anyway, it's all there. It's all there, kids. I keep putting this movie over to you, but I'm not messing with you. Again, it's all there. Now, let's talk about the bad. Yeah. Anyway, let's just talk about it. I don't have a lot here, to be honest. I just don't. But I will say that this movie is a product of its time. The film's tone, its pacing, its practical effects, they're undeniably 90s. Younger viewers might find it quaint. They might even find it a little too slow. Plus, you're only going to get 2 shots to see this movie back on the big screen, August 17th and 20th. That's all you got, kids. So tickets may sell fast. Told you there wasn't much. By the way, tickets may not sell fast. Tickets are going to sell fast. The thing's probably going to sell out wherever it's released. Again, you got guys and gals my age who grew up with this, who are fans of this, who appreciate it, who loved it then, who's loved it through the years, and who love it now. Yeah, we'll all be there. Our kids will be there. And it's going to be a fun time. But again, not a whole lot of bad, really nothing bad to say. There's just nothing here to downplay. There's really not. This movie delivers. As we've said more than once here today, this movie delivers, man. There's really nothing bad to even talk about. Now, let's talk about the in-between. The new footage this movie will have adds real value. The Turtles Unmasked featurette isn't just fluff, it brings fresh insight and rare clips. Nostalgia and new fans. This could be the perfect intro for younger audiences or a nostalgic trip back for older ones. Then we have legacy versus expectations. Does this anniversary push remind studios to celebrate their classics more often? It might set trends for future re-releases. Wasn't a whole lot of in between there, was it? I'm telling you, man, there's just not a lot of bad. There's really nothing bad and not a whole lot of in between or reasons you shouldn't go see this film. Again, it's that good. I've spent however many minutes this thing's going to be just gushing over it. I'm not messing around. This is an excellent film. It is really, really good. And I've seen it in over the past couple of 2-3 years. It holds up. It does for me. There's a couple little moments of cheese, but you know what? Again, it's practical effects. There's guys dressed as turtles. There's an animatronic rat. You expect some of that, okay? But is it so much that you just shake your head and go, "Oh, that's tough to watch"? Not at all. Trust me, not at all. Get your tickets. Get ready for the popcorn. Take your kids. It's a family flick. As I said earlier, man, there's a little something here for everybody. There's like one curse word in this movie. And when it happens, it's awesome. It's not even a bad curse word. When it happens, it's awesome. If you've seen the movie, you know the curse word. It's great. Again, this movie's just, I can't say enough about it. It's perfect. But now I want to hear from you. Is this the best Turtles movie of all time? Is it your favorite? Or do you have another favorite? Is the 2023 animated version better than this, in your opinion? Is there another version that's better? I'm kidding about that. There's no other version. You can argue the 2023. I'll let you have that one. The rest of those movies that You know what? No, I'm not even going to talk about him. It's either this or the 2023 or bust. That's it. But look, you are welcome to disagree with me. It's all good. It's no worries. We can all have our differing opinions. No problem at all. Okay. But there's only one way to let me know. Hit me in the comments. Drop your thoughts, comments, words of wisdom. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, stay tuned for a whole lot more. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future content from Boink Studios. Thanks for watching Tom Clark Reviews, and we'll see you next time, kids.